She posted, OMG, my final weekend of freedom, kissing a stranger. I simply commented, freedom looks great on you, canceled the wedding, and let the video speak for itself. Years later, she finally learned what freedom really cost, that I was supposed to be married last Saturday. Instead, I spent that morning sitting on the back porch of my best friend's house, drinking coffee that had long gone cold, watching the notifications explode on my phone. The week before that, everything still looked perfect, at least from the outside. Her name was Lena. We'd been together for almost 5 years, engaged for 8 months. She worked in marketing, always surrounded by people, always on her phone. I used to joke that she didn't live life, she curated it. Every dinner, every vacation, every coffee date had to be photographed, captioned, filtered. I didn't mind it at first. I told myself that was just how her generation expressed things. But somewhere between, let's do one more take, you blinked, and don't tag me, I don't like that angle, I started realizing she wasn't documenting life. She was performing it. Still, I loved her. I loved her drive, her chaos, her energy. She said I grounded her. I said she made me feel alive. We met halfway, or so I thought. The Friday before our wedding, she went on what she called her final girls' weekend. Just 2 nights with her bridesmaids at a resort near the lake. No guys allowed, no stress, she'd said, kissing me goodbye at the door. I trusted her. Or maybe, more accurately, I wanted to believe there was still reason to. She texted me once that night, a short, love you. Don't freak out if I don't answer, bad signal here. That was the last message I got from her before everything changed. The next morning, I woke up to 3 missed calls from my friend Qley and a screenshot. It was a post from Lena's Instagram story, champagne in hand, messy hair, and a stranger's lips pressed against hers. The caption read, OMG, my final weekend of freedom, clinking glasses sparkles. The video wasn't subtle. The guy's hand was on her waist, her friends were screaming, and someone off camera yelled, to freedom. The story had already been viewed by hundreds, friends, family, co-workers. Some of our wedding guests had seen it before I even woke up. Eli's text underneath the screenshot just said, man, I don't even know what to say. You okay? At first, I thought it was a prank. A bad one. Then I noticed the timestamp. It had been posted 2 hours earlier. I didn't rage. I didn't call. I didn't send a single message. I just sat there, staring at that glowing screen, realizing that I wasn't heartbroken. I was embarrassed. Embarrassed that I'd ignored the signs. The flirtatious comments from old friends. The sudden nights out for networking. The way she laughed just a little too loud when other guys joked with her. So instead of spiraling, I opened Instagram, found her post, and wrote a single comment. Freedom looks great on you. Then I turned off my phone, made another cup of coffee, and called my wedding planner. Cancel everything, I said. Venue, catering, the whole thing. Don't reschedule. Just stop. By noon, word had spread. Her story was deleted, but screenshots don't disappear. My comment became its own kind of headline. People were sharing it, adding reactions, side-eye emojis, sympathy. And then came the calls, her best friend, her sister, even her father. All saying variations of, it's not what it looks like. She was drunk. You're overreacting. But no one could explain why she hadn't reached out herself. She finally texted me late that night. A single line. Please, can we talk? It's not what you think. I didn't answer. Because by then, I wasn't guessing anymore. I'd already seen the full video. One of her friends uploaded it privately to TikTok, but the internet moves fast. Someone had sent it to me within hours. And in that clip, clear as day, I heard her voice. Here's to my last weekend before I have to start pretending to be perfect. Her friends laughed. The guy kissed her again. I spent that night printing the receipts, copies of screenshots, messages, and posts. I canceled our shared accounts, transferred the deposits for the wedding back into my name. Thank God I'd paid most of it myself, and called my lawyer the next morning. By Monday, everything was officially dissolved. Venue, catering, contracts, joint lease, everything. All that was left was her. And the silence that came after she realized I wasn't going to give her the screaming match she wanted. The morning after I canceled the wedding, my phone started vibrating nonstop. Not from Lena, but from everyone else. Apparently, she had gone on a full-scale PR campaign. She posted a long, teary-eyed story. Sometimes people make mistakes, but love deserves forgiveness. What matters is honesty and communication. Please respect our privacy during this difficult time, Red Heart. And then, as if she hadn't already humiliated me enough, she tagged me in it. Within an hour, the comments section was split in half. Her friends defending her. It was just a joke. Everyone drinks too much sometimes. And people from my side quietly unfollowing her. Or worse, calling her out. One of my coworkers texted, "Dude, she's spinning it like you ghosted her before the wedding." I'd screenshot everything before she deletes it. So I did. Every post, every caption, every message. I even saved her close friend's story someone leaked to me, where she said, laughing, "Guess I'll just have to win him back before Saturday." That same Saturday, we were supposed to say I do. Lena tried calling me 6 times that night. I didn't answer. The 7th time, I picked up. I don't know why. Maybe I wanted to hear if she'd finally tell the truth instead of performing it. She started crying immediately. "Please, you have to believe me. It was nothing. We were drunk. It was stupid. I didn't even know someone was recording." I said quietly, "You posted it yourself, Lena." She went silent. I could almost hear her processing that I wasn't yelling, wasn't asking questions, wasn't giving her the chaos she could use later. Finally, she said, "So that's it? You're just going to throw away 5 years because of one mistake?" I took a breath and said, "You threw it away the moment you cared more about your followers than about me." Then I hung up. By Sunday, her sympathy posts had started to turn sour. People began digging, because that's what the internet does. Someone found old pictures of the guy she'd kissed, an event photographer from her agency, and noticed he'd been tagged in multiple trips and team outings over the last few months. Then someone else posted screenshots of her flirting in the comments on his photos. Suddenly, the narrative changed. The same followers who'd been saying, "Forgive her," were now typing, "Girl, this wasn't your first time." And, "You embarrassed him on his wedding week and want sympathy." By Monday morning, she had turned her account private. Meanwhile, I kept everything quiet. I didn't post a single word. I didn't gloat, didn't clap back. My only public action was one small update. I changed my relationship status from engaged to single. Her friends saw it. Word spread again. By afternoon, I got a text from one of her bridesmaids, a woman I barely knew, that said, "You were right to leave. We tried to warn her." That one sentence hit me harder than I expected, because it meant they'd known something. Maybe not everything, but enough. 2 days later, Lena showed up at my apartment. She looked exhausted. No makeup, hair pulled back, eyes swollen from crying. She was holding a small box. "I just want to return your stuff," she said. It wasn't my stuff. It was the engagement ring. She held it out like an apology, like something sacred. I didn't take it. "I don't need it," I said. "Sell it. Use it for rent." She flinched, then whispered, "I didn't sleep with him, I swear." I believed her, but it didn't matter. The cheating wasn't physical. It was in the disrespect, in the performance, in the decision to make our relationship a backdrop for her brand. I told her, "You didn't have to sleep with him to betray me. You just had to press upload." She cried. I didn't. She left the box on the counter and walked away. 2 weeks later, I started getting messages from mutual acquaintances, screenshots of Lena's latest posts. A healing journey series. Captions like, "Sometimes we lose people because we weren't ready to love ourselves first. Closure isn't something they give you. You create it." She'd turned her own humiliation into content, branding heartbreak into inspiration. That's when I realized something that made me laugh for the first time in weeks. Even her pain wasn't real unless someone was watching. Update. 6 months passed. Enough time for the dust to settle, for people to move on, for the gossip to fade into the next shiny scandal. I'd switched jobs, moved apartments, even started dating again, quietly, carefully. Lena was, as far as I knew, still in the same city. Her social media had gone dark for a while, then reappeared like nothing happened. New haircut, new captions, a few vague posts about growth and resilience. I didn't check often, but sometimes curiosity has a way of sneaking up on you when you're not looking for it. One night, while scrolling through YouTube, I stumbled upon a familiar thumbnail. Top 5 wedding disasters caught on camera. Number 3 will shock you. The freeze frame was of a group of women at a lakeside bar, champagne flying, someone mid-scream. And in the corner, unmistakably, was Lena. I clicked. There it was. The same video. Her, grinning into the camera, shouting, "Final weekend of freedom," before turning to kiss the stranger. Except now it was edited into a montage of viral wedding fails. complete with dramatic music and slow-motion zooms. The comments were brutal. Imagine being the groom grimacing face. She called it freedom. The internet called it karma. People will do anything for likes. I don't know how the video resurfaced. Maybe one of her friends had leaked it. Maybe someone sold it. Maybe the algorithm just decided to dig up the bones of old mistakes. But within a week, it was everywhere. Again. Then came the DM. Lena, you saw it, didn't you? Me? Yeah. Lena, they won't take it down. I tried. It's on hundreds of pages now. She was right. It had spread too far to control. Every copy she reported was replaced by two more, and the internet was doing what it does best, feeding on humiliation like it was currency. She sent another message a few minutes later. I can't even apply for new jobs. Every time they Google my name, that video pops up. I lost 2 clients this week. I didn't respond right away. I sat there, staring at her messages, remembering the night she laughed about freedom, the way she'd looked at me through her camera lens instead of her eyes. Finally, I wrote back, "You always wanted to live online. Now you're stuck there." She didn't reply. A few days later, she called. I let it ring out. She called again. When I finally picked up, her voice was quieter than I'd ever heard it. "I'm not asking for forgiveness," she said. I finally get it." "Get what?" "What freedom actually costs." She exhaled shakily, then said, "You were right. I never wanted a relationship. I wanted an audience." I didn't say anything. After a pause, she added, "I deleted everything. My accounts, my followers, all of it. I can't keep pretending I'm fine. I just needed to say thank you for walking away when you did. If you'd stayed, I'd have ruined you too." Her voice cracked on the last words. For the first time, she sounded like a person, not a performance. That night, I found myself scrolling through old pictures, the ones she'd taken before everything turned toxic. Us cooking together, hiking, sitting on the floor surrounded by boxes the day we moved in. There were no captions, no filters, just moments. And it hit me. Maybe that's all I ever wanted. Not perfection, not a 10, just real. The video eventually died out again. The internet moved on. Lena vanished from all social media. No trace. I heard, months later, that she'd moved to another state and started working under her middle name. Apparently, she's doing okay. Small job, quiet life, no public anything. Sometimes, when I think about her, I picture that last phone call. Her voice, soft and raw, saying she finally understood what freedom meant. Because freedom isn't champagne on a boat or strangers cheering your name. It's waking up and not needing the world's approval to breathe. Final update point 3 years later, I got an email with the subject line. Long time, no see, from someone you used to know. No attachments, no links, just a few sentences. "Hey, I'm not sure if this will even reach you, but I wanted to thank you one last time. I'm getting married next month. Small ceremony, no social media, no photographers. I learned my lesson. You taught me more about quiet dignity than I ever understood back then. I hope you're doing well. L." I read it twice. There was no sting, no anger, just quiet recognition. Like two people who once shared a shipwreck but swam to different shores. I didn't reply right away. I thought about the girl I'd almost married, the one who once measured her worth in likes and hearts, and the woman she was trying to become now. And maybe, for the first time, I felt genuine peace about all of it. That night, I poured a glass of whiskey and sat out on my balcony. The city was quiet except for the low hum of traffic and the occasional siren in the distance. My phone buzzed, a text from Emma, the woman I'd been seeing for almost a year. "Emma, dinner's ready. Stop brooding, philosopher." I smiled. Walked back inside. We'd met at a cooking class, both terrible at it, both laughing instead of posting. No audience, no performance. Just burnt garlic and good conversation. I told her bits and pieces about my past, about Lena, about the whole viral implosion. She never judged, never pried. Just nodded and said, "You learn the hard way what most people never do." A few days later, I finally responded to Lena's email. "Hey, I'm glad you found peace. You deserve that." I did too. "Congratulations, and take care of yourself." That was it. No grand closure, no dramatic ending. Just two people who finally outgrew the versions of themselves that once broke each other. Sometimes I still see old clips resurface in random internet compilations, grainy, watermarked, echoing fragments of a life that doesn't belong to either of us anymore. People laugh, comment, move on. And I just closed the tab. Because freedom, I've learned, isn't about escaping someone. It's about no longer needing to prove that you did.